and welcome to Southern
Sassy.
We're going to talk today about technology and small business and
Starting a business.
how you get started, why you get started. We both have businesses and we think it might be kind of fun to share our experience. So.
That's right. You never know. You may want to start your own.
Yeah.
Right?
So hang out with us for a little bit. We'll be right back. Hey guys, we're here talking about business and why and how we got started.
Yes.
So when you went to college, correct?
This is Jay Marie's show today. Yes. I mean, she's like told me a little bit about what we're going to do today, but yeah, so I'm in. Yeah.
Okay, so you went to college.
Yes.
Okay,
Business.
and you majored in business, and then
Yes.
you got out, and you didn't just open your own business. What did you do when you got out? Did you have other jobs first?
Actually, I really was working with for the chamber, actually.
Really?
I forgot about that.
The Dalton Chamber?
Years ago, when it
Really?
was on, I guess, Penn Street upstairs.
Uh-huh.
So I would work up there, and my job was to do surveys around town and in neighborhoods. Had dogs chase me. I mean, it was kind of scary.
Surveys of what?
Well, it was all about. You remember, there wasn't computers that you could
Right.
throw out.
There was no
give your
internet.
input about this. So I had to go around and talk to people about what they thought about having a civic center here in this area, which ended up to be like the convention center.
Right.
So it was all.
Oh.
I had forgotten about that. My goodness, you did bring something new out in me.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I did at the beginning, and
Uh-huh.
then I worked at the Carpet and Rug Institute, which is also downtown,
Mm-hmm.
and then I worked with an ad agency,
Mm-hmm.
and then they decided they wanted to produce some shows.
So what did you do for the ad agency?
Oh.
Did you sell ads?
Actually, we did a couple of shows at the convention center.
Oh.
It was like home and gardens. So
Okay.
yes, I did sell booths. And
Okay.
we did the entire show. We took the show from scratch.
it's like a trade
all the
show.
way, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
I
home
gotcha.
improvement,
Okay.
is all that. So we did that, and then we got with a producer from Chattanooga that wanted to do a TV show, and so we produced a TV show called Southern Expressions, and we would travel around the South and do that, and did shows, and then we would. We sold them to the cable companies.
Okay, through the ad agency.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
so how did you know how to do that? Did you just work with the producer guy? And
Yes. And so anyway, that's what we did. It was great. It was wonderful. I loved it. And then I went to work with after we finished all the contracts for a couple of years, we ended up working with a cable company years back. And then, this is a long story. And then I worked with OptiLink, and then they put ads on their cable, Fox News and all that, and the different networks. And then it started Elliott Media, which was created in 2012.
Why?
No, maybe 2008. I'm sorry, 2008.
So did you just run out
Well,
of...
Brandon says 2002, so maybe it was 2002.
okay.
He keeps up with
It was
me
a long
better than
time
I
ago.
do. Okay.
But now, were you just tired of what you were doing? Or did
No.
did the contracts run out? Why did you think you had to
Well,
start another company?
Well, after the
Yeah,
ad agency?
because you were doing the OptiLink stuff, but then why did you start Elliott Media?
Because they had asked me to represent them as a cable company, and then I was also representing other clients with different needs other than just cable. So therefore, Elliott Media was created.
Okay.
So now I do multimedia solutions for clients.
So was it something you always wanted to do, or is it something you just fell into?
Honestly, it just kind of evolved. And Elliott Media was one of the very first groups that put the first ad on OptiLink cable. Can you believe
Really?
that? Yeah. So it was kind of cool. So
So
you
how
do
long
write
has
the
that been
production.
around?
Oh, geez. I
So we moved here 16 years ago, and it was full blown. It was going, so I know it's
okay. Well, I guess it
around
was
since
2009. I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay.
Brandon keeps saying it's later than that. I don't remember those dates.
Okay.
4 or 5. Okay. So anyway, it grew and grew, and then so finally we ended up doing, like I said, multimedia consultants and consulting and placement and writing scripts and getting it produced and getting on the air. So It's been fun. It's been an adventure. It's been a great adventure, actually.
Yeah.
It's been fun. It's been a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
I was very fortunate, really. So I really started, had not really planned on my own business, but it just kind of evolved into it. It's like, and it was the best thing that ever happened. How about you?
Yeah, I'm kind of the same thing. I mean, I went to school, got a degree in pharmacy, and did it for 25 years, and just retired. And
Yep.
then it's like I was getting kind of bored, and so I'd bake and carry food to the kids, and send it off to them.
And so you're
send
saying,
it to
if I'm
their
doing all this,
friends.
I might as well make some money, huh?
Well, no, I mean, I would ship it to the kids and ship goodies to their friends, and then it just kind of evolved into like, oh, well, I'm shipping all this stuff. I should probably get paid shipping, and okay, well, people just put checks in my mailbox, and we'll send your child some cookies, okay, and then it just kind of evolved into more, and I did a little website kind of thing, and it grew from there. So, and that's kind of the interesting part to me is how now with the internet, how things grow. You're talking about you did surveys by hand, and now you just like put it on like SurveyMonkey or something, and you shoot it out to everybody, and
so much easier now.
Yeah.
I think it's really easier to start a business now than it was back when I started Elliott
think
Media.
so?
I do, because of, like you said, just the technology that's out there. You can reach a lot of people without having
because it sounded like you had done a bunch of jobs in the industry to get to that. I've never been in the industry. I was in something totally different, and now I'm doing something that I was not trained to do. I've had to like learn, and I guess I did learn it. It's chemistry in the kitchen versus chemistry in a drugstore.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So the chemistry is the same. It just tastes better now than what I was doing before.
Because you were a pharmacist, right?
Right, yeah, because it's two different industries, so to speak. But
it
yet
still
there
mixes
is
stuff together.
Yeah.
How
I mean,
cool is
there's
that?
still a
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. Well, we're going to come back in a little bit. We're going to actually talk about how it evolved and how we got there and what the pitfalls are. So y'all stay with us.
All right. Well, hi everyone, welcome back to Southern
Sassy.
Here, Jane Marie, you're talking with me a little bit earlier about owning our own businesses. We both own our own business,
Right.
And it's been a journey, but it's been a fun journey. But things have changed between the time I started my own business and you started your business, right?
That's kind of what I found interesting, because when I started, we had the internet, and I started with a website and everything, and Facebook and all the social media. And you didn't have any of that.
I didn't have any of that when I started.
Yeah, that's kind
Not
of why
that
I was
I'm so
curious.
much older than you.
No. You just started the business.
Yeah, earlier. Yes.
Prior to what I did.
That's right.
You are a lot older than me, though.
Yeah, I know. But yes, but I mean,
That's why I love her.
Yeah. But when I started, we're talking about, I didn't have all that. So mine was built. I think my business was built on personal relationships and customer service, and what I provided and how I provided it to the client.
Do you think because it's such a small town, you were able to build the business easier? Do you think it would be harder to have your own business in a large town?
No. I
No?
don't think so.
Really?
Not with technology and everything else now.
I think.
But I just think because there was competition then. There's always going to be competition.
Right.
But for me, I just kind of kept a positive mindset, and that I was out there helping people build their business. And I didn't look at it as if, oh my, I didn't want people to look at me and say, oh my, here she comes again. I'm like, oh yeah, here comes Judy, she can help me with this. And that's the mindset that I always have, and still do.
Do you use social media now? I mean, are you computer savvy and iPhone savvy?
Of course I am.
You are?
I am. I use it now.
So what do you
I
post?
don't do it so much. I do have help, but
Do you have a website?
I do.
Did you build it yourself?
No.
I built my girl.
But
Well,
that's
now,
great.
I can't write code.
Right.
You can there's websites out there for illiterate people like me where you can like click and drag stuff.
Yeah.
And my daughter helped me. So
Yeah.
I had
But,
children
yeah.
so they could help me navigate social media.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you do
my
have
phone
to.
messes up. I say fix my phone. But
No, but I mean, you do have. I do have that, and I don't spend my time doing it because I don't. That's just not what I'm great at. I'd rather have someone else do it that's good at it, and so that I can keep focused on other things. And
well,
I'm
there's
sure you do the
services
same
that
too.
do that. I mean,
Yeah.
I do all of my own. I've had a service, then I did it myself, and services that help navigate your website and stuff like that are out there.
So what's your secret? I mean, you're very successful. I mean, I'll just, in your business.
I started with the website. Like I said, I drag and drop and put all my little pictures on there, and just started. That's how the shipping started. We started shipping all over the country because
you shipped before you even opened a storefront.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, because we started out of the house shipping everything all over, and we were shipping to California and New York, and I mean that was technology.
I remember before I met you, your husband Mike was on the show. And we were talking about injuries, sports injuries, and all that stuff. And he says, "You've got to meet my wife, J. Marie Wilson." And I'm like, "No, I don't know her." He says, "Mama Wilson's." And I'm like, "No, I don't know." He says, "Well, he was telling me about, you already had your business started, but I didn't know that at the time."
Taking over the house at the time, probably he was sick of it. Our dining room table, it was all, had shipping boxes everywhere.
He was glad you opened a storefront.
I know.
Right?
Well, that's kind of why I opened it, to kind of get my house back, just because the shipping was taking over.
Yeah.
But and that was just the beauty. You learn, like, I had no idea the things you have to learn to run a business. I mean, like, normally if you're at work and your copier tears up, you call the copy repairman, or if the phone tears up, or if the cash register tears up. Well, you have to fix your own printer, you have to fix your own copier. I've learned how to fix my own register. We had to, something explodes in your refrigerator, and you learn, it's like, okay.
You don't have people to call. You have to do your own.
Right.
That is a big thing.
Yeah. You learn how to fix everything. Yeah.
I think I think I wear, and you do too, so many different hats. It's not one thing that you do all the time. It's like you're all the time doing something different. And I think that's good,
Yeah, I mean,
you don't get
the days
bored.
are never the same.
They go by too fast, honestly.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
Some
it's
do. Yeah.
So what's your your typical morning getting prepared for the day? You make lists. You get up early, start making lists of things to do. I do.
I usually do them the night before a lot of times,
Yeah.
because we'll kind of like get a count. And we'll set our baking for the next day based on the orders, like what we're going to bake ahead to ship. Because it's all about the shipping, and then whatever's left we put in our coolers. So that's how our coolers may vary. And if we've got cakes, depending on the season, what kind of cakes we need for this company or that company, and we just kind of plan ahead, and then we'll split it up, and then we have walk-ins and call-aheads and all that. And, it's just a lot of fun.
Did you ever think you would own your own business?
Oh, no.
Neither did I.
I never thought I could afford that. I thought it was so expensive. Only rich people could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, did you? I mean, because I never had any idea that you could do that.
I never thought a lot about it, but the thing I have learned through it all is that you really work harder for yourself than you do when you're employed by another company.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, if it's something you enjoy.
Yeah.
Now, if you start a business, I think just to make money, you're going to have a hard time. Because it's going to be really hard if you're always worried about making money.
Yeah.
But now, if you start a business, like you enjoy what you do with all the media and the interaction and the customer service, and I enjoy making cookies, and if you enjoy what you do, and then you happen to make money at it,
that's even better.
Then you seem to do a better job, because you're working for yourself, but you're also investing in something you believe in.
But one of the major things that I learned from the very beginning, which has been a tremendous help, and I'm sure you have that too. I have a CPA that handles all the paperwork, all the filing, all the quarterly reports, all that. To me, that just took a big load off of me. I don't know that stuff, don't have time for it. So I take it to him, and he'll call and say, "Okay, it's time to come do your quarterly reports," or whatever. So I think that's number one for me, was finding someone that did all that for me.
Well, that's something you learn. It's like, what am I good at? What am I not good at? Or what do I enjoy and not enjoy?
I don't have time for it either.
I don't like to clean.
Yeah.
I do not want to have to clean everything all night, all the time. So I have some people that come in, and it's fabulous.
Yeah.
That way I can bake, go home.
Well, I think that's
and
the
I don't have to
secret.
stay for 3 hours and clean up.
Right.
But again, it's like you figure out what you like and what you're good at and what you can do and not do. So
yeah. And why spend your time doing things that you're having to first of all, you don't enjoy. Second is taking up too much of your own time that you feel like is really your expertise is doing something else. And so I mean,
then employees too. When you start adding people to the payroll, that's another issue, because then you have payroll, and then you how do you divide it up? And are they going to treat my recipes the way I treat them? Are they going to treat your customers the way you treat them? How do you
that's always a
train
concern.
those people and stuff?
That is.
So That's always difficult.
Oh, wow. It's a learning experience, but it's the best thing, again, that I have ever done. And I think that the flexibility of it, I love. And for women particularly, flexibility is so wonderful.
Well, I think for a parent, being a parent, I think male or female, the flexibility of it.
Go get the kids.
Well, you don't work 40 hours. I'm just
Yeah.
going, I don't care how hard you try. You're going to work, 24/7. You might sleep a little bit, like during our busiest season is Christmas, and I don't sleep a lot. But, I love it. I love Christmas. I love the cookies. I love the cakes. I love the people. I just love that whole atmosphere. And so I work on very little sleep for a couple of months. But then, in the summer, it's a little bit slower for us. So we can kind of, catch up, spring cleaning and new recipes. That's when we get to experiment and do some of the fun stuff.
Yeah. And, it's like I did not have a dream of this at all. But there are people probably watching that do have a dream about some type of business. Maybe they know what it is.
Yeah.
But pursue it. Don't just let it go. If you
Or go
really
talk to somebody.
Yes.
I'll say people that own their own business love to talk about their own business. So if they have their own business, even if it's a different area of expertise, like if you want to have a dress shop, go talk to somebody that owns their own business about their business.
And you can get no cost consultations with a small business through Dalton State or any other college that you
or the Chamber of Commerce has references for the Small Business Association because there are loans available. Yeah, there's a lot of resources out there now.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize when I got started.
Yeah.
So that's a good reference.
All right. I guess we need to take a break.
Okay.
All right. So we'll be back again here on Southern
Sassy.
Hey, we're back with you here on Southern
Sassy. Talking about small businesses and how do you get your customers. Do you remember your first customer?
Oh,
I mean, for Elliott Media, not
Yeah, I don't know my first. I really can't remember my first.
How do you get customers?
Work the streets. No, I mean just over the years. I don't. As we talked about, you've got now Facebook, you've got social media, and then a lot of word of mouth.
Hey, good old fashioned phone calls.
Yeah.
I mean, I had the website, but we put the phone number on there, and so I can get some phone calls. And I got one, and want me to do a boob cake.
Oh,
and
really?
I'm like, I'm sorry.
I've heard of those.
So do you do a boob cake? And I went, no, I haven't. They said, well, my son's 17th birthday's coming up, and I'd really like to have a boob cake.
Did you make it?
I did not. I was like, I'm sorry, ma'am, but the name of the company is Mama Wilson's Homemade Cookies and Cakes. I just didn't think that went with the image. If it got out, I was making, a booby cake.
Oh my gosh!
Especially for her 17-year-old son.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a little bit.
Yeah, I know exactly.
That's a little bit. Yeah, I understand.
That
But
and
good
other
for
body
you,
parts. I've gotten several body part calls.
Really?
Yeah, I have not made any body part cakes. I just.
You do not do body.
I do not do body parts. Don't call me do body parts.
That's funny. Oh wow. Well, we were talking about funny experiences.
Yeah.
I had one at a funeral home one time. Yes, and I guess a lot of people may or may not remember this funeral home, but it was like one day he's like, "Come down here, Miss Judy," and so I went down, and so it was close to Easter time, right? So he had all the coffins all lined up, and he was like, "Okay, this is what I want to do. It's Easter. I want to come out of the coffin. All right. I want to get in the coffin, and then I want you to say, 'He has risen. He has risen,' and then I'm going to come up out of it." And I'm like, "No, I am not going to do that. This is a true story." I'm like, I couldn't believe it. Now, he's not in town anymore, so no one has to think it's anything that you might know. But anyway, that's what he wanted me to do. And I'm like, "No, I will not do that. I will not do that." He's like, "You can't do that." I'm like, "No, we're not going to do that. I'm not doing that."
But that's what the customer wanted.
But yours. So he ended up, what he ended up doing? He ended up putting it in a print ad with him like this, and then he's setting up in the coffin just like that. Yep.
Okay.
So they put it in a print ad.
Okay.
Yeah. So he got what he wanted, but I didn't
Wonder
participate
how much
in
business
that.
you got out of that.
I don't even know what the reasoning was for it. Why would you? I don't even get it.
Yeah,
Why he would? And then you'd go do interviews with him, and then he would come up and he would make these long words up, like just make them up. And you're sitting there and you're like, so tell me about this. And then he'd come up with some, I don't even know. And I would look at him like, it's like crazy.
People can be weird.
It was weird.
I'm telling
it
you,
was
they
weird.
can
But
just be weird.
it was fun. But that, you were telling me or asking me what's some funny things. I'm like, nothing really funny, and then it hit me. That was the funniest. And yours was the funniest.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've gotten several phone calls like that, but anyway.
Anyway.
They're not all like that. Well, like I said, that's what we did. We opened our own businesses kind of by accident.
And then look what we're doing
Yeah.
now. Who would ever dream that we
I
were going
know.
to be doing this Southern Sassy show? But
figure.
hey, we love doing the Southern Sassy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a great outlet to the whole day, don't you think?
As long as we make you smile, because we smile
It's all
doing
about
it.
it's all about having fun. All right. See you next time here on Southern
Sassy.
To advertise your business on TV, contact Elliott Media at 706-529-4237.